Hey, good morning. I'm back. I think I took Friday off. I think I took yesterday off, didn't I? I still feel crappy. I don't feel as bad as I did. I think Wednesday was probably the worst. I sound yesterday and today. I sound terrible. I relocated in the middle of the night because I got the old whap 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 at about 1:30. Woke up. I'm jarred. Like what? What? Somebody at the door. What's going on? Roll over. You're snoring. You've been snoring all night. I grab my phone. I'm upset. Now I'm awake. I'm like, God damn it, you woke me up. I look at my phone. My wife goes, "What time is it?" And I'm like, "It's only 1:30." So I grabbed my shit and I went downstairs. And I slept downstairs and I slept good. You're snoring. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to risk another whap whap whap. I don't want to risk that again. Usually, when that happens, how much did you drink last night? The answer for last night was two. I had 2 bottles of water during my eBay live stream. Drank a lot of water. eBay Live was wild, like wild in a not good way. eBay Live was interesting. We did vintage on Thursday night. So vintage goes crazy. Vintage is a good night. Vintage is always a good night. I actually saw a Facebook post of somebody selling a bunch of vintage, and I'm like, I reached out and I'm like, hey, do you have a price on everything? So I don't know if they've gotten back. That was earlier this morning. Nope, don't have any messages. So I went live yesterday because I've been doing shorter streams this week because of this. So I've been doing about 100 auctions. When I have run, I went did a long stream on Sunday, nothing on Monday. Tuesday I did a short stream, canceled Wednesday. Thursday was vintage, so we did a short stream. So I only had 100 orders to ship, 100 items to ship on yesterday morning. So I'm like, well, I got done shipping by noon. I'm like, I'm just going to fire up a 1:00 afternoon show. And I'm just going to run like junk. I'm just junk, what I consider like lower end stuff. I shouldn't say junk. Lower end stuff that used to be like really good inventory for me. Stuff that I could list in my store for $1.75 or $2.50 free shipping. So, but it would also sit. Now I'm selling a lot of the stuff for $1, but I'm selling it right now and not waiting 6 months, a year, 7 years, and 3 months. So, like I'm going to do an afternoon stream. I'm just going to grab, and we'll see if we get some bidding action. I'll run some better stuff, but for the most part, I'm going to run the 82 Tops Carlton Fisk, which sold for $5. 83 Donruss sold for $3. So those are some good sales. So I'm like, okay, we've got an older baseball crowd today. So I was trying to run some of that. But then last night, and usually daytimes are the ones where I'm trying to figure out who do we have in the room. So last night it was the opposite of the daytime. Man, it was a brutal. And I started at 8 last night, which usually when it's a tough start, it's 7 p.m. Like that's 7 Central. There's still a lot of streams, which there's only going to be more and more. So that's why being consistent, like, gotta go. So 8:00. And it was just a brutal start. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I had for the first time, and I can't remember, I had multiple cards not sell, which I don't even remember. I don't think I had that happen yet. Yeah, I probably did a couple. There was probably a couple cards during the day that happened to. But on a primetime stream, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a card not sell on a primetime stream. Maybe it happens every once in a while. I just don't realize it. But I had it multiple times last night. And I'm just like, so we moved to sudden death. And then all of a sudden we started getting because I screwed up and I only did the first 25 were sudden death or were sudden death. And then all of a sudden it's like, did that just that's not supposed to reset. And then it's like, all right, fine, it's going to reset. So and it worked. And all of a sudden, like after the first hour, and I ran some slabs at the end of the night. I had people wanting slabs. Like people would, I want Michael Jordan, and it sells for like $2. And it's like, okay, so, and it was just one of those where the chat wasn't dead, but it was, I don't know, when there's a combination of like a slow chat and a slow, and then the viewers numbers were way down, and not much bidding. It's just like, oh man, I feel like I'm wasting everyone's time. Like I feel like I'm wasting the viewers' time because I'm not running stuff they want. Because I only need two people. I only need two people to bid on a card, but I'm running cards that only one person is bidding on, and that can be tiresome. So, but it turned around after the first hour. Things smoothed out. Had I not gone earlier in the day, had I not been dealing with this crap, I would have added more auctions at the end because I was done by 10 o'clock. And we ran some slabs. I ran 5 or 6 slabs at the end, which actually in a couple of them, I made good money on. I mean, for the way the night started, I'm like, this is going to suck. And we ended up on a great note. This Brady, I think I paid 40 for this. This sold for 71 last night. I bought this yesterday at the card shop. I made a card shop run. I paid $18 for the Goldschmidt, and the Goldschmidt sold for, let me go back in here. I bought 3 slabs at the card shop yesterday, sold them all last night. I'm going to find last night's stream. I've got a lot of scheduling. I'm proud of myself. All right, live console. The Vlad, what I pay for this is the Goldschmidt. I paid 18 for the Goldschmidt, and it sold for 36. So doubled my money on that. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This I paid 13. I think I paid 13 for this. This sold for 46. Or wait, was that the Jordan? That might have been the Jordan. That was the Jordan. Okay, I screwed up. Okay. So the Vlad I paid 13, and that sold for 32. The Jordan I paid 20, and this sold for 46. And then the Goldschmidt I paid 18, sold for 36. So I basically doubled my money on those slabs that I bought 3 hours earlier at the card shop yesterday. So that was a good buy. A lot of the dollar bargain box stuff. I actually did pick up some good stuff that I'll run tomorrow night. I picked up a lot of like Seahawks and Patriots stuff. I was able to find a few Drake Mays. I picked up a Bomb Squad Drake May. I paid comps for it, but it should do well. I picked up some like Joe DeLamielleure autograph, Torrey Horton, who's a Seahawk. Picked up his autograph. Let's see. I picked up a Rod. This is a cool. It's Leaf, but it's a Dennis Rodman autograph. So I'll run that Sunday night. Here's the Drake May Bomb Squad. Dominique Wilkins autograph. These typically do well. So I picked those up. Vince Ferragamo autograph. Malik Neighbors rookie patch. Last night I sold a Malik Neighbors base rookie for like $7. So I picked up a Wemby numbered to $3.99. Go time. Picked up a Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. First Bowman Chrome Auto. I think I paid $25 for the Diego Pavia. So it started because I haven't really left the house with the exception of going to the post office, and then I made an Aldi trip on Thursday. So I'm making my post office run, and I'm like, I think I'm going to stop at the card shop just to see if there's anything new. I mean, it's literally on my way home. It's a block out of my way. So when I come home from the post office, I get off the Beltline off ramp, and you just take a right, and boom, you run right into the card shop. So to go home, I take a left. So it's literally 30 seconds out of my way. So like told my wife, I'm like, I'm gonna run to the card shop and just see if they have anything new. And It was 4 o'clock on a Friday, so of course it's busy, which is great. Slab Factory, Old Sauk Road, Old Sauk and High Point. Hit it up if you're in town. So I went in and it was busy. So I went to they have like a bargain box bar kind of. They've got stools, they got a bar like along the wall, and not a big selection, but there's 5 or 6 boxes there. So and I found more. I think I found more stuff today than I've ever found in those boxes, in their dollar boxes. So I picked up the first. I'm like, holy crap! There's some like, I mean, I built a pretty nice pile. It must have been just restocked. So I was able to pull out a nice stack of cards from the dollar box. Then I went through, and then on the counter he's got like random, like I guess bargain box cards, but they're like more than $1. They're range anywhere from like $3 to $30, I would say. And I don't know if I picked out too many. Most of the stuff I picked out was either dollar box or showcase. So Jordan, who owns Slab Factory, he's like, hey, I got some Cosmic Chrome Cubs in the stand-up showcase over here. I'm like, oh. So checked it out, and I'm like, oh. So I picked up. See, I'm having fun picking up some Cubs cards for my collection. See, I'm selling Cubs and buying Cubs. So I've got the Kyle Tucker of this that I bought on eBay auction. I bought it for the Cubs convention and didn't get it in time. So now it's going to be a part of my PC for a while. So Kevin Alcantara rookie auto launched into orbit. He had a good like $25 on that. I'm like, sold. I think I paid 60 or 50 or 60 for the Kyle Tucker. Dansby Swanson numbered out of 150. Actually, no, I think this was a, I don't know. Okay, I guess I did get that there. Matt Shaw. And this is, I don't know what this one is, but it's pretty, I like it. I've been picking up a lot of Matt Shaw lately. I don't know why. I've been getting him at decent prices, and I think he's going to be a really good player. So picked some of that stuff up. And then I looked in the showcase, and then he had the cheap slabs in the showcase. The only downside of the shop is no vintage. There's literally, I think, one vintage card in the whole shop, but that's okay. Now, I asked him, big shout out to Jordan though, because I went in before the Cubs convention. I went in like on a Monday, and I'm like, do you got any Cubs? And he's like, no, I don't have any. Actually, he had a Cam Smith, and I ended up buying it for my PC. And he's like, I actually get quite a few people. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of Cubs fans here. And since, like, every time I've gone in, he's got new Cubs stuff. And I've bought Cubs stuff every time I've gone in since, which I guess has only been a couple weeks, but hey, so some good stuff at the card shop. And we ended up having a good night on eBay Live. It was kind of a grind. I was probably grouchy because I'm dealing with this. We had a lot less viewers in the room than I thought we would on a later Friday night. It picked up later. I don't know if we had viewers. I don't know if the viewer count ever picked up. I mean, I could tell it was down because my total viewers for the whole night was like 400, which is really low, especially for a Friday night. Usually I'm over 1,000. Now, I also only went for 2 hours, but I probably would have hit 500. Like, it was still probably a good, at least half of what I normally get on a primetime show. So hopefully today's better. Today is wrestling day. The Royal Rumble is today. It's not in prime time because it's in Saudi Arabia. So I believe the show starts at 1. My show starts at 1:30. I just bumped it up. I originally had it starting at 2. I'm going to start it at 1:30 this afternoon. All wrestling. I've got some, I don't think I have any. We've only got 16 people watching. I don't think we have any wrestling fans among those 16, but I got a Lex Luger autograph. I've got a Maurice autograph numbered to 25. I've got a Trish Stratus autograph. I've got a DDP autograph, Diamond Dallas Page. And the big one, the main event, this gigantic 1987 Circle K super match, Hulk Hogan, signed, Beckett authenticated. So that stuff is all going up this afternoon, part of Wrestling Day, as we watch along to the Royal Rumble. God dang, I can't kick this. This is, I've got whatever I have right now is the same crud I had back in November and early December. And it took a solid week to get rid of. I've had this. I started feeling it coming on Sunday night, like during my live stream. I felt like my throat tickling. I woke up, I was a little tired on Monday morning. And then as the day progressed, it just kind of like, I'm not feeling right. And then hit me on Tuesday for sure. So hopefully I can kick it soon. My wife tells me she's like, you need to rest. And I'm like, I sell baseball cards. I'm always resting. I'm just talking. I'm okay. It's going to be okay. So we're just going to fly through it. So I'm going to do some shipping today before the stream, get some shipping caught up because I don't want to be buried in shipments on Monday. I'd like to get to a point, and I should actually do a video on this, but I'm not because I don't do videos. But Whatnot, I'm going to get to the chat here in a second. Whatnot released, I'm going to see if I can bring it up and show it on the screen. So this is with live selling. I really should use this as like a title. Whatnot state of live selling. Now, consider the source. It is from Whatnot, the biggest live selling platform. So there's probably a little bias to this report. But I checked the numbers, and the numbers match up in some of the reporting that they have based on like my own personal, like this really does add up. It's very interesting. So this is Whatnot's 2026 State of Live Selling Report. Time to go live. Now, Gary V's been pushing live. I'm sure he's in the pocket of either eBay Live or Whatnot. But he promotes all live selling. So, but he's probably in the pocket of Whatnot because I think he's quoted in here a couple times. So I'm sure he's feeling it somewhere. But the thing about Gary V is he's not typically going to jump into something that he doesn't believe in, which I respect. So check, it's on just Google Whatnot state of live selling. So consistency drives revenue. And this is where I wanted to go with this because I want to get to a point where I can consistently go daily. And I think I'm to the point where I'm a one-man show. If I want to get to a daily schedule, I've got to rein it back. I can't do 200, 250. That was kind of my and I'm kind of pivoting as I was running some numbers for 2026. And okay, these are the numbers I want to hit. This is how much I need to sell. This is my daily. All right, if I want to average this amount per sale, I've got to do, instead of, let's get that average down. So let's do 250 auctions instead of 200. Well, I can't do 250 auctions a day. That's just for I just, one man can't do that. And that man is me. But if I can do some smaller shows, and if I can see some of the returns on bigger items to get those average sales prices up, I think I can still hit those numbers if I go daily, but doing less. And say I'm doing 100 auctions, and I'll probably say I do 100 auctions 5 days a week, plus the other 2 days I do 200. So let's say 900. That's still about the same of what I would be doing selling 5 days. I would be doing about 1,000 listings, because I figured out 250 5 days is tough as well, unless I spread it out. So this is the consistency part of the live selling report. Live selling rewards consistency. Sellers who go live 3 to 4 times per week earn 40 to 70 times more than those who stream once or twice a month. Daily sellers push that even further, earning 100 to 250x more. The jump from monthly to weekly alone delivers 10 to 20x returns, and it compounds from there. And if you haven't done this, If you haven't done live selling, you can sit back and say, that's not right. That's not right. It is. I've done it, and these numbers match up. Now, 1 to 2 times per month, $281 a month. Now, when I was doing 1 or 2 times a month last year, when I started on eBay Live, I was crushing those numbers. Now, there is a caveat. I was on eBay Live. I was one of the first, when they were starting to promote eBay Live. I was one of the first sellers on there, onboarded, when they actually put some work into the platform, because for 2 years they did nothing with eBay Live up until last March, April. So my numbers on once, twice per month, I was doing a lot more than 281 per month. Once per week, 3,500 per month. That sounds about right. I kind of jumped in. I was, once or twice per month. It's every 2 weeks. I was at about once a week, I think, from the start. 3 to 4 times per week at 12,000 per month, and then daily 69,000 per month. Now, I will say, I'm going 3 to 4 times per week. My numbers are more than that. I'm going 4 to 5 times per week. So my numbers are higher than the reports here. But I'm also on eBay Live. There's less competition on eBay Live. There are a lot less viewers on eBay Live as well. I mean, you go, I love this exercise. I'm going to go to eBay Live right now. Let's just go to the sports cards singles. So there's only 2 streams, 74, 84, 90. There's 93. There's 93 viewers on eBay Live in the sports singles category. 93. Now, it's 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, but still, that's nothing. Which is a little concerning because we're coming up on a year of really pushing eBay Live. Let's go to categories on Whatnot and sports cards. There's 8,600 viewers on Whatnot sports streams right now. 93 on eBay Live. So eBay has a long way to go to grow those viewership numbers. All right, let's go to the chat. All right, Andy's in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Steve, what's happening? We got the countdown to spring training. I can't wait. We are, I am, 28. I am 38 days away from flying out to Phoenix. Cooter, good morning. The parts I watched last night were rough. It was the first hour. Oof. I did 2 hours. The first hour was brutal. Absolutely rough. It was really rough. But the second hour was great. The first hour I was last night, the first hour I was making less than I did during the daytime stream at 1:00, which is kind of unheard of, especially on a Friday. Usually Fridays are wild. And even more surprising because it was the 8:00 hour. It wasn't the 7:00 hour. I wouldn't be surprised. The 7:00 hour can be rough, but the 8:00. And I looked at the other streams. The other streams also had lower than usual numbers. So it was across eBay Live that the numbers were down across the board. Red Light, good morning. Tracy's in the house. Good morning. Sheen's in the house. Good morning. Sheena, what's up? Milwaukee show. Let me know how. Did you go yesterday, or is today your first day? I'm curious how that show goes. I know it's a big autograph show. Curious how the card show part is. Royals 417. What's happening? Good morning. Red Light. Some nice pickups. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Cooter says, how many low-dollar bin cards would the old Bo have to sell to make as much as you did on those 3 slabs? By the way, you are now a flipper. Oh, I've always been a flipper. How many low-dollar bin cards would the old Bo have to sell to make as much as you did on those 3 slabs? Oh, my God. Well, on those 3 slabs... Let's see, what was this? 30. at least 50. Just based on gross sales point. And I can't say it, I wouldn't have sold those 50 right away. That's the power of live selling. I can go to a card shop at 5:00 on a Friday afternoon, buy 3 slabs for $50, go home, sell them on eBay Live for $100. Like, boom, just that easy. Tracy's been fighting the sickness down here this week too. Not fun. No. This is the second time I've had the crud. Oh yeah, 1:30 Central wrestling night or wrestling day today on eBay Live. Wrestling only today. Cooter says, I was there for the purchase of that Buc-ee's mug. Time for you to get more Hutchins barbecue. I know. Dat Dude says, everyone fighting over the same cookie at 7. That's true. But it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more crowded. The only thing is, those sellers that are on right now, you have the early entry, because there's probably 5. When I looked at the numbers, 8,600 viewers on Whatnot. That's also spread over 400, 500 streams. There's 93 viewers spread across 2 streams. But before, and eBay hasn't been onboarding many new sellers. They're not going to onboard any new sellers until those viewership numbers come up, because, what's the point of adding? And that's the thing that people need to think of. If you're not happy, you're upset that you're not on eBay Live. I get it. Like I'd be upset too. If I knew somebody that was on eBay Live and I can't get on live, I'd be upset. But think of it this way. If they just let anybody on eBay Live, now you have 500, maybe even more, 500 streams, and it becomes the Wild West like Whatnot, because they don't have the infrastructure to handle all those sellers. Why do you think Whatnot's the Wild West? eBay's going about this very smart. But you've got 93 viewers spread across 500 streams. And then you're going to complain, eBay Live sucks, I don't make any money. So it's kind of like free parking at the Madison Card Show. It's free, but you got to find a spot. Then you got to go wade through the crowd. CD, what's going on? Good morning. Tiger 727. Everybody's doing well. Listening while driving to Milwaukee. If I have time, I may try to hit that show. Nice. And good morning to you. Created an asset tag inventory system for all the cards in my collection. Watching the show and labeling cards in penny sleeves. That sounds very tedious. Unless it's not, and it's therapeutic. I would find that tedious. Although I get bored really easy. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Tiger727 says, hope everybody is doing well. Listening while driving, may try to hit this issue in Milwaukee today or show. Dat Dude says, I've been getting messages from eBay about live selling, but it's not something I'm ready to dive into. So I'm curious that you've been getting emails about that. I'd like to see what those emails say, because they're not adding anybody on at this time. Well, they may be making a push now, but I know through the end of 2025, they were not onboarding any new sellers. So I'm curious what the language is in those emails. Orlando, what's going on? Good morning. Hey, Hobby Hotline's coming up today in about a half an hour. Very therapeutic. It has been going through some of my Cubs when I was getting prepared for Cubs convention. I was feeling that therapeutic angle at times. And it was actually like sometimes and I think maybe part of the reason I don't know if I talked about this on Hobby Evolution the other day, or if I talked about this on one of my eBay live streams. They all mix together. But typically when I go to spring training, like I just go heavy on autographs. And like I usually have a goal each year of 500. Now, I don't think I've ever hit 500 autographs, but it's like always the goal. I take a bunch of cards. But this year it's like it's such a pain to I've got to make so many cards of players that don't have cards, and I got to pay for those. And then I've got a bunch left over. And it's like, really, at the end of the day, it's kind of cool, like going through the binder and seeing them. But I just don't know if I want to put my time into doing it. Like it is very time consuming. Now, sometimes I can be laying in bed and I can make some cards. But I just don't think I want to. Spring training is going to be a little different. It's going to be a lot different. There's no Club 400 tent this year, which is going to be very bizarre. It may save me. My liver is probably going to be happy for that. I won't be drinking as much before games and after games. I'll be able to put more time into work. So really, this year's spring training, kind of like Cubs convention. Boy, this eBay live selling is really, really good for my health. Cubs convention, now spring training. So typically when I go down, like I am solely focused on watching baseball and getting autographs. That's all I do when I'm in Phoenix for 8-9 days. 10 days this year. 10 full days. 9 nights, 10 full days. But this year I think I don't want to lose any momentum with eBay Live. And as I really push to getting down to a daily schedule, I just don't want to lose any of that momentum when I go to spring training and lose, 10 days of potential sales. I've got to make sure the internet's working. But I'm going to go. I've got my buddy Jackson's going to be buying for me in Chicago at the Sports Spectacular, which is the same weekend as the Chase Field show. So I'll have inventory coming in from both Phoenix and Chicago. So I'll have inventory, when I get home, I can meet up and I'll have fresh inventory when I get back from Arizona. I'll have fresh inventory while I'm in Arizona that I'll bring back. I got a new, did I talk about that? I don't think I talked about this. I got a new suitcase. Instagram ads are my downfall. Instagram ads are my downfall. Noble, Nobl. And I saw this ad and it was like, I think it was a Kickstarter, but now like it shipped faster than I expected. So it's this suitcase and it's like got the hard shell and I got the carry-on and it's got a cup holder. It's got on the top on the, carry thing. It's got a stand where you can put your cell phone. It's got a chart, it doesn't have the bank, but you put a charging bank inside. It's got USB ports so you can charge your phone from like the top of your suitcase. I'm like, this is perfect for like, if I go to shows, like, and I want to get more than just filling my backpack. It's a carry-on. It's not a giant suitcase. I can take this to shows. It's heavy duty. So basically I'm just going to take it empty. I'm going to take this carry-on. I'll put a few things. I'll take some cards out with me, like maybe a box, like an 800 count box, and I'll put some, random stuff in there. But for the most part, I'm just going to take it out empty, and everything I buy in Arizona, I'll be able to bring it back. But so I buy this thing from Noble, and it comes, and my wife's like, "Did you buy that or did I?" Because normally I'm not the type of guy that's buying luggage. I fly like twice a year. I'm not buying luggage. But caught my eye. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I could use a new carry-on. Plus, all of my luggage is black. And every time I'm at the frickin' carousel, although this is a carry-on, so I don't have to worry about the carousel, but it's like, is that bag mine? So I wanted a unique color, and Noble, Nobl, has unique colors. So I got burgundy because it looks maroon, like the Anawan Braves. Go Braves. And so I've got this carry-on, this luggage out. My wife's like, did you buy that or did I? I'm like, I did. And she's like, why did you get purple? I'm like, that's not purple. It's burgundy. She's like, that is not burgundy. By the way, it is totally burgundy. In fact, it might be more maroon than it is burgundy. If you look at color charts, I've got a side-by-side. It's definitely not purple. It's not plum. It is not plum. And I'll show you. I'll frickin' show you. You know what? I'll send it to myself and we'll share screen. So anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Perfect. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a much different. I'm going to do multiple streams while I'm out there. I won't be going daily. I won't be going every night, but I'm going to be putting more work. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different while I'm out there. You know, I won't be chasing autographs. I won't be tailgating. Although who knows, maybe there is a tailgate out there that we hang out at. All right. I'm going to show you. Here's the side by side. There you go. All right. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is that plum? Is that suitcase plum? That suitcase is not plum. I'd say it's definitely maroon or burgundy. I don't know. What's the chat think? And don't say plum just to piss me off, Cooter. That suitcase is not plum. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Orlando. Red Light says it's fucking ugly. Hey, that's Anawan Braves maroon, baby. It's not plum, Red Light. Red Light's just trying to tick me off. It's not plum. All right. I trust Orlando and Tracy. Maroon. Definitely looks maroon. All right. So that's my suitcase. It's pretty cool. So this thing comes out like you can't see my arrow. I'm on the wrong screen. So this thing comes out and this is like a separate thing. That's the USB port, so you can put your charging bank inside, plug your phone in. Up here on the handle, there's like a stand for your cell phone. You can put your cell phone on there, and then there's a cup holder on the other side. So there it is. Noble, Nobl, not a paid endorsement. Take your glasses off and look at it. Bradley says a mix of the three. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's dead on maroon or dead on burgundy. It's definitely not dead on plum. But it's definitely, Andy says it's borderline mauve. So it's definitely burgundy or maroon. And they said burgundy, so I'm sticking to that. So yeah, looking forward to spring training. Looking forward to wrestling night today, 1:30 Central, Saturday afternoon. We're going to watch along the Royal Rumble. I think the actual event, the pre-match, pre-game show starts at noon, I believe, noon Central. 1 o'clock is when the event starts. My stream starts at 1:30. So I showed you some of these. These are going up for auction on eBay Live today. I've got the link to the show in my description here on YouTube. Trish Stratus, Maurice Auto out of 25, Lex Luger Auto. These are preloaded into my eBay store. This is the Big Daddy Grand Finale Hulk Hogan Auto from 87 Circle K. Where's my wrestling box? Then I've got Hulk Hogan. This is a pretty cool. It's Leaf, but it's a really cool 1-of-1 Hulk Hogan. I picked up. I bought this Godfather. I got this at the card shop down the street last week or 2 weeks ago. Godfather autograph. LA Knight autograph. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I got a Bret the Hitman Hart autograph. Should be promoting that. Bret the Hitman Hart. Booker T. I feel like I overpaid on some and I underpaid on others. Oh, I forgot I had some of these. I've got some cool older Topps Chrome. Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan in here. Ultimate Warrior, AJ Lee, Brock Lesnar, Uso, Reigns, Nikki Bella. Some other Hogans. WCW Hogan card. I like these. Those are cool. I like Paul Bearer. Topps Platinum. Boom Slang's in the house. What's going on? Here's another Hogan Combat Anthology. Oh, this is from the new set, 2025 Combat Anthology. Let's see. What else? Here's another auto. Zelina Vega. No plum refractors for the live. Here's a ringside relic. Event-worn shirt, Hulk Hogan. The one thing that's hard for me to find is slabs. Wrestling slabs. Hard to find. Picked up some WCW cards at the last Madison show. Sting. 4 Horsemen. What else is in here? Oh, I got a Nia Jax auto. There's the Kevin Nash auto. These are all up for grabs today, starting at 1:30 on eBay Live. Nikki Bella. Tori Wilson. Ooh, Stacy Keibler. Got some divas. What else is down here? A Liv Morgan rookie card. First NXT Liv Morgan. New World Order. Hall, Nash, and Hogan. Got a Ronda Rousey. Let's see. Are these wrestling? Nope. I think these are basketball. So that's some of the highlights today. And then I'll have a bunch of just random stuff. I've got some older 80s and early 90s wrestling as well. Some early 2000s. That's stuff for Sunday. I think this is some random wrestling. So yeah, 1:30 this afternoon, eBay Live Wrestling Night. Boomslang sorted one of many 3,200 count boxes. Had a couple hundred 1991 wrestling and about 2085. Nice. I love the 85. Love the 85 set. Hogan rookie in there. Well, Hogan Topps rookie, I should say. His true rookie card, actually his true rookie card's from like the late 70s, I think. I can't remember what his true rookie card is. And then that's the thing about wrestling. There's like multiple rookie cards. And some are like magazine cutouts. Like Andre the Giant has like multiple rookie cards, but they're out of magazines. Kind of like pre-war stuff, like the strip cards look like they came out of magazines. All right, so that's what I had for today. I'm going to go do some shipping. Hobby Hotline's coming up at 10, 20 minutes away. I don't know who's over there today, but I'll tune in and do some shipping. Royal Rumble today. We're going live on eBay, 1:30 Central with some great stuff. Hope to see you there. Links in the description, and have a good weekend.